We'll start today's classroom session. Again, my name is Noah. I'm one of the educators with Shortcuts Software. Today's classroom session will actually be focusing on Shortcuts marketing. Now, it's a little bit different than what we talked about last week. Last week was sort of an introduction to what is Shortcuts marketing, how to get your system ready for it. Today, I'm actually going to be going through the entire process of setting up campaigns, whether it's email or text. So as with other presentations, we will be recording this, and if you're unable to attend or if you have to drop out early, don't worry, we will send you the link for the full presentation a little bit later this afternoon. So let's get into it. So again, last week we learned about shortcuts marketing, but now we're actually going to get into the nuts and bolts of it. So we're going to learn how to prepare shortcuts, how to still make sure that your settings are correct in your system to take advantage of this, how to actually compose an email or a text campaign. And of course, if you decide to give permission to your staff, perhaps a manager or assistant manager, when it comes to creating a campaign, how do you give them permission to do that? So, as with our other presentations, this is going to be approximately 30 minutes, perhaps a little bit more. We are recording this. We will share the link. My microphone, of course, is on. Everybody else's has been disabled. Hopefully you can hear the audio if your speakers are up. And we will take questions at the end of the presentation. So on the right side of your screen, you should have a little chat window with the webinar program. So you can always post your questions and we will take time to go through those. So what is Shortcuts Marketing? Again, if you attended last week's presentation, it's an easy to use text and email marketing platform. And unlike previous platforms that we've used or are currently partnering with other companies, this one is actually integrated into the shortcut system itself. So if you have access to your online services, your cloud specifically, you can begin to start composing messages and text for your marketing needs. So this is the perfect solution if you're not familiar with setting up campaigns, if you want an easy to use interface, and if you want to start taking advantage of automated marketing. This is probably the fastest and easiest way to do it. So who exactly gets the emails from Shortcuts? So if you've been paying attention to the changes we've been making to the point of sale system, the Fusion system, you notice that customers have a lot more control and a lot more visibility on exactly what they're going to be opted into, what they get to receive. So a customer, for example, if they give you a phone number, if they gave you an email, they can actually choose how they want to be contacted. So perhaps a customer doesn't mind getting a text message to confirm an appointment, but would prefer to get an email when it comes to marketing. So when you have an announcement, you have a special campaign, they'd rather have an email. And if you're sending out surveys, they'd also like to do a survey via email as opposed to text. So in your client card, in Shortcuts Fusion, in your point of sale system, you can actually set specific preferences for your customers. And if your clients ever create their own login profile when they're using online booking, so Shortcuts will ask them for the name, the phone number, all of the basic contact details. And at the bottom of the screen, when the customer creates their account, they can actually choose what they want to opt into. So they can set text for one thing, email for another thing. And of course, at any point in the future, if they decide, okay, I want to opt out of something, as soon as they do that, it will disable that particular function in their client card. So it does synchronize and it makes sure that they no longer receive communications if they don't want to. So just keep that in mind. If you want to see how else it works, or if you want to start optimizing your customer list, your database, make sure you know how to merge duplicate clients. Because if a customer makes an appointment or makes a profile online, Shortcuts doesn't necessarily recognize that this is perhaps the existing customer that's in your current system. it will alert you. If your staff goes to review online bookings, at that point, Shortcuts will notify you, this customer has the same first name, last name, and perhaps email or phone number as an existing customer in your system. Would you like to merge these two clients? So, of course, right from the appointment book, as soon as Shortcut spots a duplicate, you can merge them. But moving forwards, if you're very busy, you don't necessarily have the chance to do that, or your staff doesn't know how to do that, you can always merge clients after the fact. So we do have a video, and if you jump on our YouTube page where we upload our Monday classroom sessions, I did spend some time talking about merging customers. So if you just need some help or some review, go ahead and check out our videos on that. So what campaigns can you actually use in Shortcuts marketing? So for the ongoing ones, the ones that are automated based on a certain day, based on a certain visit, or even based on a referral. So these are the ones that have templates that have already been created and are ready for you to start using right away. So we have our happy birthday, which is, of course, is based on the customer's birthday. Whenever you have a customer that has a first visit with you, so they're a new guest, if you'd like to send them a welcome email, we have that template. We miss you. Now notice there's two different versions of the we miss you. There's the traditional we miss you where you're actually trying to recapture lost clients, clients that haven't visited you in perhaps 3 months or more. But then there's another one called it's time to see you. So that's your friendly reminder. If you haven't had a visit in a number of weeks and perhaps it's time for a bang trim or a cleanup, this is just the reminder to make an appointment and let's have them visit again. There is a referral thank you. If a customer refers a new client to you and that new client checks out at the point of sale, then Shortcuts can actually send a thank you email to the person that did the referral. Of course, to help curb no-shows or to help prevent customers from no-showing you, there is a follow-up email. So in the appointment book, if you or your staff marks a customer as a no-show, then right away they can receive an email to say, oh, you didn't make your appointment. Let's have you call or let's have you email and schedule your next appointment. And of course, appointment acknowledgements. Now, appointment acknowledgements are different than confirmations. An appointment acknowledgement is just an email to let the customer know that they have an appointment that was just made. This is usually used when a customer is at the salon or at the spa or at the barber shop. They decide, I want to be back in 3 weeks on a certain day. As soon as they make their appointment, even while they're in the chair, they're going to get an email just to say this is the day and the time of your appointment. It's not the same thing as receiving a confirmation for appointment, which is usually sent a day or two before their actual visit. So you can actually have both enabled, an acknowledgement and a confirmation. So these are the automated ones. So you have to do very little to make sure that these go out when they're supposed to. But you also have the ability to do once-off emails or text campaigns to your customers. So if you have a special event coming up this weekend and you just want to let your client base know about it, you can send a message right away. If you want to send a targeted campaign to certain customers, perhaps you're doing a fundraising event and using Shortcuts marketing, you want a list of just your top spending clients so that you can let them know that you're doing a fundraiser and invite these customers. So Shortcuts also allows you to do either a text or email campaign to targeted customers from Shortcuts Fusion. So with regards to emails, it is actually unlimited emails, regardless of your database size. And earlier this morning, I was actually working with a customer that had over 30,000 customers in their database. They've been using Shortcuts for a long time. So they want to make sure that their automated campaigns are ready to go, they're reaching the right clients. So despite the size of their database, Shortcuts Marketing will be able to handle all of those automations, and it's included with the system. If you decide to start using text campaigns, in addition to that, there is a cost associated with it, but Shortcuts offers SMS bundles. So if you're not currently using SMS or text campaigns to confirm your customers, you might be able to take advantage of either sending campaigns and confirmations using the bundles. And of course, the best part is you can access all of your Shortcuts marketing from any system that gets an internet connection. So you can access it at home, in a back office. So it's all available on the cloud. So let's actually set up Shortcuts. If you haven't already taken advantage of it, if you haven't started the process and you just need a walkthrough, that's what today's presentation is really going to go with. Now, most of you are already familiar with what's called the console. So the console is a web page that allows you to set up certain shortcut settings. Now, historically, this was used for what was called anywhere, where the staff or yourself can look at the schedules, look at the appointments for the week for certain people. This is also where you configured Book Me, the ability for customers to make appointments online. This was also the page where you accessed Spotlight, and that's the ability to send customer surveys, customer reviews, look at them, post them on your Facebook or your company page, and of course respond to customer reviews. So all of those functions and additional ones were available in the console. Everybody that currently had an administrator level access or manager level access in the console can actually access the next portion, which are our cloud features. So hopefully you already have a bookmark so you can access the console, console.shortcutsoftware.com. And in the console, if you haven't already, I want you to go to your site settings, because the information that you populate in your site settings will actually synchronize into your email campaigns. So the first is, of course, if you have a logo, a company logo, a site logo, make sure that you upload that in your site settings. And that appears right at the very top of the email. So that is a default. Now, this does support GIF. I know they're supposed to say GIF. I'm never going to say GIF. GIF, JPEG, PNG, all of the standard web types. So just don't try to upload a PDF or an Illustrator document. It has to be an actual image. The other thing you want to do while you are in your site settings page is you want to update your social media links. So a number of these links, a number of these places to insert the information, they weren't available in earlier versions of the console. So perhaps you've been using Spotlight, you've been using Anywhere and the console for years, and you don't remember seeing this page. That's because this is relatively new. So if you get a chance, go back to your site settings, and you're going to discover there's a place for you to insert your company webpage, your Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. When you insert the links here, then when you send out an email campaign, the corresponding logo will appear at the bottom of the email, and it will then connect to your particular page. Now, let's say you don't have an Instagram or a Twitter page, that's fine. If you leave those links blank, then the particular icon will not appear at the bottom of the email. So there's no chance that you're going to have the Twitter logo or the Facebook logo appear and the customer clicks on it and nothing happens. The button altogether will not appear. So make sure you do those two things first before you even start building an email. Your company logo and any particular web pages you'd like to direct your customers to. Once you do that, if you return to the main page in the console, you're also going to notice there's a new button there that says Shortcuts Cloud. So option number 2, you can always log directly into the cloud by going to POS for point of sale .shortcutsoftware.com. If you use the same username and password you enter into the console, then Shortcuts will allow you to log into the cloud directly. The cloud is actually where you create your email or text campaigns. So once you're on the cloud page, if you want to go to marketing, if you want to set up your campaigns, you can go to the menu, general settings, and marketing. And if you don't have online appointment book or any of the other extra online features from Shortcuts, then you will actually notice that at the very top of the cloud page, you by default have a link to marketing. So you can navigate to marketing or you can just press the marketing button. So once you're on the actual marketing page, what are you looking for and how do you build a campaign? So there's several different types. You can create a targeted campaign, which is to specific people, a message to all customers, or an automated campaign. And then once you select the type of campaign that you want to create, you have the option to create either an SMS text campaign or an email campaign to that group or those groups of clients. So once you select the type of email you want to build, then it's time to customize it. If you choose an email campaign, by default, at the very top of the email is your company logo. And if you look at the header information, you'll notice there's a little checkbox that says Display Logo. So remember, this is the logo you just inserted in your site settings. And then immediately underneath it, this is where you have the ability to insert an additional graphic. Now, for the sake of simplicity, we always advise that the header that you put in, it corresponds with the particular message, and it should be of a certain size, about 600 by 300 pixels, so that it loads quickly for the customer. Even if they're on their phone and they have a poor signal, the image at that size will load quickly, and that it also captures the theme of whatever message you're trying to send. So at the top of your email, your logo will appear followed by this display header. So think about if you're creating a time to see you campaign, trying to get a picture for that or a graphic for that. Same for happy birthdays, same for any special events. Just think about always including some sort of graphic. So that's at the very top of the email. After you do that, then you want to set your text information. So what are the actual words that appear in the email itself? So if you're choosing an automated campaign, on the right side, Shortcuts will actually tell you when is this email supposed to go out. So most of the emails send out at about 9 in the morning. We've discovered that that's the most popular time to send campaigns and when customers are most likely to open and read campaigns. So some of them, of course, will send on the day of a customer's birthday, or it'll send on the day that a client was referred, or sent to customers that haven't visited you in a certain number of weeks. Then where you want to start making your adjustments is on the subject. So of course, the subject is the first thing that a customer sees before they even read your email. So you can always put in a happy birthday or a welcome to my salon. And more than that, you can even customize the subject. So if I wanted the message to say happy birthday and then put the name of the customer, after I type the message happy birthday, there is a pull down menu on the right side of the screen that says Insert Field. So this allows you to insert information from shortcuts. So we can put a customer's full name, or just their first name, or just their last name, or the name of the client that was referred for those types of campaigns. So the subject can say, "Welcome to my salon," and then I can insert first name. And when the customer receives it, it'll say, "Oh, thank you for visiting, Steve," or "Happy birthday, Steve," things like that. You can also use insert field in the body of the campaign itself. So as you're typing out your message, if you just want to make it a little bit more formal, you can always insert that automatically. And it'll apply for all of your customers. Of course, provided that you're capturing first names and last names. Now, if you decide for certain campaigns, usually for your birthday campaigns, that you'd like to send them a coupon worth a certain value, then you actually want to make sure that you create all of your discount codes in the Shortcuts Fusion, in the Shortcuts point of sale first. So if you haven't navigated there in a while, you want to go to Setup, Configuration, and on the left side of the screen, you're going to the menu under Sales, and you're choosing Discounts. Now, by doing this is how Shortcuts is able to track what is the value of the coupon and how much the customer is spending during the time of their visit. So this information will synchronize with your emails, and it will allow Shortcuts to generate a return on investment report. So for 4 out of your 5 automated campaigns, this is something I would recommend. Create a discount for your birthdays. Set whatever the value is and tell Shortcuts, is the customer able to use this money on services or products or even sundry like gift certificates? Or can they use it on all 3 or just 2 or one of those things? So set that. You'll do that for happy birthday. We advise doing that for a customer's first visit. And the reason is because this is something I mentioned on last week's presentation. If a client visits you 3 times, if you can get them to visit you 3 times consecutively, then they are more likely to become a lifelong customer. So the very first time a customer comes in, maybe they're new in town, they're trying out different salons or barbershops, they're still trying to find their preferred one. So the first time, it may be a fluke occurrence. But what increases the odds that they'll be back a second and third visit, and that's when you win them over, is if you offer them something right away. So after their first visit, if you send them an email that says, "I appreciate your business and I look forward to seeing you again. Here's a coupon for your second visit." So right away, that increases the odds that you're going to start getting repeat customers. So create a coupon for birthday and for a customer's first visit. Your coupon, you can say second visit coupon, however you want to word it. The other coupon you want to create is for referrals. Whenever a client refers a new customer to you, you do want to send a thank you to the person that did the referral and reward them by offering them a coupon for products or services. The fourth coupon that you should set up ahead of time is actually your "We Miss You" coupon. So if a customer historically hasn't been to you in 12 weeks or more, that's usually a lost customer. But if you happen to get their email, or perhaps they've just been traveling and haven't gotten a chance to return and are thinking about visiting somebody else, if you have Shortcuts automatically send them an email with a coupon, there's a high likelihood that you'll win that client back. So think about that for your fourth discount that you create for an automated message. Now, you can also create coupons if you have a holiday sale, a Black Friday sale, end of summer special, or a start of fall special. So whether it's just $1 or $2, go ahead and create your discounts. And then when it comes time to either make an automated or a one-time blast, those discounts you'll be able to track. You'll be able to set even expiration dates on them. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about not just your next campaign, but an entire year's worth of campaigns. So in your email setup, there is a portion in your templates that allows you to choose which coupon or which discount you want to synchronize it to. And also at the bottom, there is even a link to include a book now button, or if you're a barber shop where you deal with check-ins mostly or walk-ins, a check-in button. Now, if you decide I don't want to use these coupons or I don't want to show my book now button because this is just a we miss you email or something like that, and you just want to include information, you can always eliminate those rows. So the templates are flexible in this regard. So to eliminate a row that you don't want, if you don't want to include a coupon or a book now or a check-in, on the top right corner, there is a little X mark, which allows you to eliminate that row. So customize your campaigns. And again, we would advise building discounts so that you can track them. And I'll show you at the end how to track the performance of those coupons. So once you insert your graphics, once you change the text on your email, the text on the template, once you attach a coupon, at the bottom of the email, there's a preview button. So you can just physically see on your screen, what does this email look like? Now, looking at it on your computer is not necessarily the same thing as looking at it on your phone. So in addition to that, you also have the ability to send a test. So you can send one to yourself, to your manager, to your friends, and just tell them, take a look at this email, see if there's anything that I can do to improve it. So you'll make your edits, and then once you're ready to make this campaign go live, you just press the activate button. Now, if this is a one-time blast, either to targeted customers or all customers, the moment you hit activate, it'll send to all your customers. So just keep in mind, the sweet spot when you want to send a campaign is about 9 in the morning. So if it's late in the afternoon when you're working on a campaign, maybe hold off on activating it until the following morning. Now, if it's an automated campaign, one that goes based on a first visit or a birthday, when you press activate, then Shortcuts will look at your customer list and it'll send emails automatically based on if that customer meets certain criteria. Is it their birthday? Has it been 12 weeks or more since their last visit? And then it will send just those people their email. So let's actually review these steps in the actual cloud screen so you can see what I'm talking about. So we're going to jump online. So remember, the first thing you want to do, and I'll log into my tenant, into my web page. So this is my demo one. Remember, site settings. Make sure you update your company logo and update your contact links on this page first before you do anything else. After you do that, you'll want to log into the cloud page. Now I already have the cloud page loaded. And if you notice at the top of the screen, I have a marketing button. If you don't see a marketing button on your screen, that is also located under Menu, General Settings, Marketing. So on the left side of this screen, this is where I tell Shortcuts, I want to just message all my customers. I have a special event this weekend. I would say message all clients, or if I have a specific list of customers from Shortcuts, a targeted campaign. All of my automated campaigns appear immediately underneath that. So if I decide I want to set up a happy birthday campaign, I would click on that automated message, and on the right side, Shortcuts will ask me, would I like to build my text birthday campaign or my email birthday campaign? So I'd like to include or to actually make it an email one. That seems to be the most popular. So on this campaign, so this is an ongoing campaign. It goes out 9 o'clock on the day that a customer has a birthday. So again, at the very top, Shortcuts will automatically put in my company logo. And then I chose a cute picture. I found a cute picture that Shortcuts actually had from a different campaign that I received, and I chose that file. So of course you can upload any picture that you'd like. If you have a cute picture of the salon, if you have some cute pictures of balloons or cake or people celebrating, you can go ahead and upload that file. And then underneath that, so I want to customize the subject. So I say happy birthday, and I want to insert the customer's first name. So on the right, this is where I tell Shortcuts, insert certain information. In this case, I already told it to insert the customer's first name. And then in the message itself, I want to say hi, put in the client's name. From everybody at Angel's Test Salon, we want to wish you a happy birthday, etc., etc. And then this is where we customize the coupon or the offer. Now, by default, I believe all of our offers say $20, but you can change that to anything. If you want to, you can say, oh, in this case, it was $20. I just changed it to $3. So I can say this is $3 off any service. I can say it's good for 5% off, 10% off certain products. So you're absolutely welcome to customize the message. So then I tell Shortcuts which coupon or which discount that I already created in my point of sale do I want to keep track of. I want to keep track of my birthday email coupon. I want to put in terms and conditions. Don't forget to do terms and conditions because you don't want a coupon to be valid forever and ever or that a customer can reuse it. In this case, this is valid for 1 month from the day the customer receives the email. Well, 1 month is a little nebulous because some months are longer or shorter than others. So I can say this coupon is valid for 30 days from the day they receive their email. It's valid on services only and cannot be combined with any other offer. So I can always change it to be valid on certain services or certain products. Always set your terms. By default, my email will have a book now button because I do use online booking. If I want to hide the check-in button because I do not really deal with walk-ins, appointments only, on the right side, I can press the little X button and eliminate the check-in now button. So once I make my adjustments, at the very bottom, I can press preview and the cloud will actually generate an email for me. So at the top, my logo's there, a cute picture of somebody celebrating, and the details on my email. And of course, since I inserted my social media links in the console, they all appear at the bottom of the preview. So they will actually work when I send out my message. If I'm happy with this campaign, whether I previewed it or I send myself a test and I put my email in here, if I'm happy with it, I can then press activate. And right away, the next time somebody has a birthday, Shortcuts will send them a message. And if you look at the left side of the screen, any automated campaign that you're using, Shortcuts will actually tell you, is this campaign active in email or text or both? There's a little green button, sort of like a green means go, just to let you know I have my appointment acknowledgement email already sending, my happy birthday I just activated, my no-show has been activated, and my time to see you has been activated. So perhaps the next campaigns I want to focus on are my new client, my referral thank you, and my we miss you. At any point, if you decide to change the details of your coupon, the details of the message, you can always return to an ongoing campaign, whether it's the text or the email, and on the bottom right corner, you can deactivate it, and that will suspend the campaign. So it's very, very easy, very intuitive to use. Let's go back to this. So what if you have a targeted list of customers that you would like to message? Let's say one of your preferred stylists is going to be going on vacation, 2 or even 3 weeks. So they're traveling abroad, they're visiting family, maybe they're out for a hospital visit. So they might be out indefinitely. So you can use marketing to look for certain clients. If you're looking for clients, for example, that have received a haircut but have never done a color service, Shortcuts can give you a list of customers. Customers who have a preferred employee, Shortcuts can do that. Customers that have spent a certain amount with you on services or products or both, Shortcuts can give you that list. So once you go in your Fusion system in your point of sale to tools and marketing, and you search for specific clients, at the bottom of the screen, you'll press compute, and Shortcuts will generate a list of all those customers. You can then save this list, and Shortcuts will save it as a text file that you can synchronize with your email. So you can label it, save it to your desktop, for example, and it'll be ready to upload. So once you have your file of certain clients saved on your system, if you choose the targeted campaign option in the cloud, whether it's a text or an email, on that targeted campaign, Shortcuts will ask you, please upload your recipient list. So you'll choose the file, you'll navigate to where you saved it to, and then once you finish that, or once you select it, Shortcuts will only send the message to those specific people. So it's very easy to send it to a group of customers. So this goes for either text or email campaigns. Now, what about an email campaign, or sorry, what about a text campaign itself? How does this differ than your email? Well, of course, text campaigns do not include graphics. They don't include multiple links, things like that for your social media. Instead, they're very straightforward, short text campaigns. If it's a slow day, a slow Monday, a slow Tuesday, and you just want to drum up some business and perhaps let all of your customers know, if you make an appointment today or if you stop in today, I'm doing a 10% off my Redken products. And that's just a one-time promotion just to get customers to come in. So you can create that email. Now, there is a character limit on your emails. So you can put in your company name, your client name, you can use our default information, you can customize it. And at the bottom of the screen, Shortcuts will actually give you how many characters have you used. It's about 138 characters as the limit. Just keep this in mind as you put in your phone number or put in your address or the details of your promotion. Anything that goes over that, it will actually end up sending multiple text messages. So if you're very mindful about not going over your bundle limit, just look at the characters that you're using. You can also preview the message. So just like our email, you'll get a little pop-up window that shows you how does this text appear when the customer receives it. You can send a test message to yourself. So you can put in your phone number and then take a look at the text. And if you're happy with it, then you can press activate. So it's a little bit more streamlined. The details in a text campaign, of course, are a lot shorter than they are on your emails. But for just reaching out to clients, getting that quick connection, that quick promotion out right away, this is a very fast option. So of course, if you're building text or email campaigns, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to your return on investment. So this is why you create discounts in Fusion in the point of sale, so that you can track the success. If you go in the cloud to the button that says dashboard, this is a snapshot of how your business is performing, how the staff is performing, services, retail, all of that information is in the dashboard. At the very bottom of the dashboard, you're going to see a row that says campaign ROI, return on investment. If you have not activated any campaigns, you actually won't see that line. This doesn't appear until you officially activate a campaign. So Shortcuts will actually tell you how many emails have you sent for this particular campaign. How many customers are clicking on the links, responding to this, opening those messages? What is the value of the discounts that you've used on this campaign? And in total, when the customer visited, how much did they spend? So of course it'll say you gave out X amount of discounts, but here was the value. This is how much the customer spent in total. So it's an excellent way of tracking your return on investment, especially for automated campaigns that feature some sort of discount or coupon. So keep that in mind. If you notice some of these campaigns aren't really moving, you can fix the discount value, try a different type of discount value, or just deactivate the campaign altogether. So that's where you go to track your progress. So now that you know a little bit about building the campaign, whether it's email or text, how to track your progress, track the success of your messages, if you decide and if you decide that perhaps you have a manager or a receptionist and this person's really tech savvy, they know what they're doing, they know the keywords, the buzzwords that customers want to hear when they get those emails, you can give certain employees or certain permissions the ability to set up those campaigns. So if you go to general settings, so you're in the cloud, you go to menu, general settings, roles, and then permissions, there is a configuration field. And when you click on that line that says configuration, there's a yes no slider that says I can configure marketing campaigns. Now for most employees, this is usually turned off. So if you have certain employees or if you want to create a custom role, you can always do that. And this is where you enable it. So if this employee goes into the cloud, they can actually go to marketing and set up these campaigns for you. So you might not want to do it for all employees. You may want to create a custom role just with this setting. Okay, so this actually covers the A to Z on Shortcuts marketing. So you should now know how to set up Shortcuts, how to configure it, make sure it's ready to take advantage of your marketing, how to build an email and a text campaign. And of course, if you want to give permission for somebody other than yourself to go in there and configure those emails or text, how to do that in the cloud. So this is where we're going to open up the floor for questions. So on the right side of your screen, if you have any questions regarding Shortcuts marketing, now's your chance. And on my side, I'm going to bring up the window so I can take a look at it. Questions. And let's see what customers say. And of course, if somebody couldn't make it, if you think of anything after the fact, or if you're listening to this presentation later today, you can always reach out to us and we can always review your question or get back to you. Or if it's just a quick technical question, you can always just give the help desk a call. Oh, it looks like somebody has a question. Let's take a look. And Victoria has a question. Is there any way to change the send criteria on a template? So if you want to do We Miss You for 6 months instead of 16 weeks, Victoria, the short answer is no, not right now. We are working on updating Shortcuts marketing so that it has a little bit more flexibility. These things will be rolled out in the future. I don't have an ETA, unfortunately, but the ability to add additional graphics, to change the time for when the automated campaigns send out. That is something we're actively working on. But since this is the very first build, this is version 1.0. It's going to be a little limited right now. I think that answers that question. But yeah, we do have plans on having a little bit more flexibility with automated campaigns. Where our investigating is there perhaps the ability to add templates or to save templates, and then you decide to activate them at a future date. We are working on a couple of different things right now. Again, I don't have an ETA other than I do know we are actively working on improving the services in Shortcuts marketing. Right. All right. Are there any other questions? And of course, when those updates are made, we will announce them, and chances are I'll probably introduce the new versions or the new changes in a future classroom session. Okay. Well, thanks for trying it, Victoria. So again, we are always trying to make it better, just like everything in Shortcuts, always trying to make it easier to use, faster, and a little bit better for everybody. I don't think Skip or Julietta has any questions right now. But if you're listening to this presentation after the fact, again, you can always reach us on our 800 number and also on our social media pages. We do pay attention to that. So you can reach out to us on Facebook or give us a call and we will get back to you. So as with other Monday classroom sessions, thank you for attending. I look forward to coming up with a third round of Monday classroom sessions. So if you have any suggestions or any feedback, do let us know. We do pay attention to the topics that you submit, but have fun building your campaigns. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. Have a great day, everybody.